guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Harris and usually I post beauty content. I recently had my daughter Freya, and as a new mom I feel like there are so many products that get recommended by different creators and moms and friends and things like that. So I always wanted to make this video, especially because I feel like me and my husband tried every gadget out there. She is 2 months now, and so I feel like we've had our chance to try out some of these products. So I thought I would share 10 products that have really worked for us, that we've enjoyed. The one thing that I will say right off the bat, my husband straight up told me like he doesn't know why we got the Shusher. And if you guys don't know what the Shusher is, it's like this product that moms swear by, and all it does, it looks like a little torpedo, and all it does is it makes different shushing sounds, which is supposed to be really calming for babies. But the thing with babies is every baby is different, every parent is different. Something that works for me that I swear by might not work for you, and I think that's just like the whole truth about parenting. If there's one thing that is universal, is that all babies, all parents are different, and everybody has their own style of doing things. So take all of this with a grain of salt. It's just stuff that worked for me, and I don't like things to be too complicated. So let's talk about some of my favorite things that we've gotten so far for our newborn. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. Usually I film beauty videos, so if you want to see some beauty content, I highly recommend subscribing. I wanted to make a video like this just because I know some of my subscribers are kind of in the same phase of life as me, so every once in a while I'll throw in like a little baby video. I really want to film my birth story, but I haven't like warmed up to that just yet. But I do have 10 products I want to share with you guys today, so if you want to hear what I have to say, then just keep watching. Okay, so my first thing is the BABYBJÖRN carrier. Now BABYBJÖRN, I believe, is a Swedish brand, and they make some amazing products for babies. Me and my husband have 2 carriers, so I don't know which one my husband bought, but it's a little bigger, but I know we're going to be able to use it with my baby a lot longer. It's just that she looks really tiny in it, and it doesn't look very comfortable for her right now. So I went ahead and bought the BABYBJÖRN infant carrier, which is awesome. It's about $90, and there's so many cute prints and colors. So they totally have like a leopard print one, which I totally wanted to get, but I went with like the powdery pink one instead. I'm gonna put pictures of everything I'm talking about just so you guys know, but I love this thing because I am home with my baby full time, and if you want to get some stuff done, it's nice to be able to wear your baby and like vacuum and stuff like that. I use this thing all the time, and then there's like weeks where I don't touch it at all, so it just kind of depends. I did get a wrap as a gift from a coworker, and I was excited to try it because I thought I would be more into those like wraps where you do like the whole shebang and then you like tie your baby up basically. But honestly, that was not my favorite. I really felt very like unsure about the whole wrap thing, and it just wasn't my favorite. I prefer to wear her in the BABYBJÖRN, and there are other brands that make less expensive versions of this carrier, but I just went with BABYBJÖRN because I trusted the brand, and I've just heard it recommended time and time again. So make sure that if you are picking out a carrier, see if you can actually see them in store, because some stores do have these products available. I live in a smaller town, so it's harder for me to access brands like BABYBJÖRN in store. So I went basically off of recommendations, but I really do think the product is worth the price. And it's so hard because with your baby, it's like there's no cost that's too high because you want to get them the best of the best of the best. So I really like the infant carrier. Don't make the mistake of getting the one that's too big. Although we did kind of fiddle with it and play with it and got some tips from our other friends that have a Björn, and we were able to kind of adjust it so that Freya was sitting better in it. And the tip that my friend gave me with the BABYBJÖRN carrier is that you should be able to bend and kiss your baby's head. So hopefully that's going to help some of you guys out. But I love my infant carrier and it's so cute, and I love being able to just like wear her and comfort her, and she even falls asleep in it. So really like that product. The next thing, oh my gosh, I swear this is like a game changer, especially if you are staying home with your baby and you're kind of by yourself and you don't have a lot of help. This is the Fisher-Price swing, and the reason I picked this is because so many moms recommended it. It's about $169 swing. It's quite big, but it's not awful, and my baby loves it. So the thing I heard in a lot of moms' videos is that they said babies have a preference of whether they want to swing left to right or up and down, and this swing has both options, which is nice because they say most babies will want one or the other. Freya is fine going left to right, so we haven't really switched up anything on her, but she loves that swing. Her favorite part is the mobile, and at 2 months now, she recognizes it, she looks at it, she smiles at it, and the music is so comforting to her. So she loves that so much, and I love putting her in it while I'm doing stuff around the house, and sometimes she'll fall asleep in it, which is really nice. So I really recommend this to moms because it's a game changer. I'm telling you, it's really nice. And it's definitely one of those things that if you are home by yourself, I would highly recommend, because you need to be able to set your baby down every once in a while because you're gonna need to use both your hands. Okay, next is the butt spoon. I don't actually know what this is called, but somebody recommended this to me and I love it. I mentioned it in another video back in the day, but somebody got me this and I love this. This is a game changer for me because I don't like sticking my fingers in the diaper creams, and it's basically like a petroleum jelly type product, so it's very like goopy, and I just hate the feeling of that kind of stuff on my hands. And then you have to like wash your hands, which I mean, obviously I'm gonna wash my hands, but like I don't like that feeling. So I love the butt spoon. It's a game changer. I will link all the products I'm talking about down in the description box just to make it easier for you guys to find it. Those will probably be affiliate links, and I'll also have my Amazon baby recommendations list / store linked for you guys, because if you are making an Amazon registry, you can easily do that through my links below. And I think most of this stuff will also be available at Target, which I feel like is just the most obvious place to register for any occasion, and they have a ton of baby stuff. So yeah, anyway, sorry, I just went off on a tangent, but I love the butt spoon. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't like to have sticky fingers and like put your hand in the jar and put it on your baby's butt, this is like a really great way to spread some diaper cream without getting it all over your hands. So I really like it. Highly recommend. My husband doesn't like it. He thinks it's silly. He likes to use his fingers, but I personally really think it's quite the luxury to be able to use a butt spoon. Through her pacifier, she also loves her Wubba-Dubs, but that is also a huge preference thing with babies, is what I've heard. Some babies like Wubba-Dubs, some babies like other brands. Anyway, the next thing that my husband thinks is the best thing that we got is the Snuggle Me, and it's basically a less expensive version of the DockATalk. And I wanted the DockATalk at first, and that thing's like a $200 pillow, basically. I'll put up a picture. And then I found the Snuggle Me, and I actually like the Snuggle Me better because I like the colors that they have. Really much more my vibe, whereas the DockATalk has like the marble type shades. The pillow could get really dirty, and it just seems silly to pay $200 when you can get the same thing for $99. And I love the colors that they have for the Snuggle Me. So we love Freya's Snuggle Me. We use it in bed when we're watching TV. We'll set her in it. I'll use it anytime I just need to lay her down, and I don't have to worry about her like rolling with it because it has those bumpers and it's super cute. So that's why I want to recommend it to you guys. Next is the LV. Now this is a pump, and I was kind of skeptical about this. I love the technology, the idea, and everything behind it, but it's like a $500 pump set. if you get both. If you get the one, I think it's like $300. So I had done some research, and a lot of moms said it's great if you work or you're planning on working from home, or you'll be going back to the office after your maternity leave. Like, so many recommendations for using that pump. But I'd also heard that it's not as like good as the hospital grade pumps, and you can't really like bend in them because they'll like leak everywhere and things like that. Well, I'm a first time mom. I did not realize how much effort pumping is. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of cleaning, it's a lot of sitting in one spot, and it can get really taxing. So after using my Spectra pump, which I also love, by the way, it's a really good pump if you're looking for a hospital grade pump, I decided that I wanted the LV as well. So I got super lucky because a friend actually gifted me a Spectra because she had an extra one, so I still had my insurance credit. So I was able to cover half of my LV with my insurance, and then we paid for the half of it out of pocket. Either which way, it's so nice. It's so freaking convenient. It is so convenient. I love the app because I can track how much I pump, when I pump, all of the things. The only thing is, again, there's a lot of little parts and things that you have to clean, but it is truly a wireless pump. And I even pumped one day when we were at my husband's Christmas party, his holiday party for work. I was so like engorged and I didn't really have a place to feed her, so I went to the bathroom, put on my LVs, and came out and just sat there, and I was like, this is freaking weird. Like, can people tell I'm wearing it? But like, nobody made any comments. Personally, I just didn't care because I really just needed like some relief at that point. But yeah, so far I really like my LV. I will say that 2 months in, I have gotten a little bit lazy about pumping. Now I just breastfeed, and yeah, I think it just goes in phases. I'm just not in the mood to pump right now, but I will say the LV is such a game changer, and it's totally worth the price. And I honestly feel sorry for women before me that didn't have the luxury of having a wireless pump. Okay, the next thing, this is kind of not that big of a deal, but it's kind of nice. So one piece of advice we got from a lot of parents is to invest in like the zipper onesies because they're so much more convenient than button onesies. So your friends without kids will most likely get you just whatever they think is cute, but I would say the zippers are a game changer. It's just so convenient to put them in and out of a zipper onesie. And I personally really like the ones from Target. The brand Cloud Island is amazing for baby stuff, from their bedding to decor to all the bath products. Like, they have an amazing line at Target, so you don't need to spend like $30–40 on like Posh Peanut and stuff like that. Now, that material people say is like extremely comfy. Personally, I don't think Freya cares, and I just love being able to buy her all these little cute onesies, and they always have like a 3-pack, so I just pick out my favorite patterns and she is fine in them. I wash them obviously before I put her in them, and she's never complained. And I think they're so cute, and they're like $12 for a 3-pack, which is super nice. The other thing I will say too is it was so hard to know what size she was gonna be, so I did get a bunch of newborn, and I got a bunch of 0 to 3 because she fit in newborn for quite a bit, and now she's in 0 to 3. And what I will say is just buy a few things, and you can always do online order or like in-store pickup. Don't like overdo it with the clothes and stuff. And also, it's always a good idea to wait until your baby shower to start buying things, because then you can kind of see what you get from your baby shower and return things that you have duplicates of, and use that money towards buying whatever else you feel like you might need. But yeah, that's just a tip that like people told me, and I saw in a lot of YouTube videos as well, is to try and wait until your shower. Obviously, like, I did crack a few times and I bought her a few onesies and stuff like that, but I'm very glad I didn't overbuy, because I don't know, you know, like, luckily she fit a newborn, but you might have a really big baby and then you might have to skip the newborn stage, so then you're kind of just sitting around with a bunch of onesies. So yeah, I thought that was a good tip that people recommended, just buying a few onesies. You really don't need like a ton of them. I would say maybe have like 6 on hand, and then by that time you'll be able to get more by the time you get home from the hospital and stuff like that. Okay, the next thing that I personally love, and I think my husband likes this too, it was a bit of a bougie buy, but it's the Hatch baby pad. I'll link all these products. I don't know their official names, but this thing is so cool because it's a changing pad, but it also has a scale in it. Now, it's not like super duper accurate, but it's really nice to know that your baby's gaining weight. It also pairs with the Hatch app. And honestly, the app is a game changer. I love showing it to my friends because it tracks everything and it's so convenient. So I have it on my phone. It tracks your feedings, which is nice. So you can pick your left or right, and then you can run a timer on it. There is a section for diapers, so you can record all of your baby's diapers, which is so handy. You can also add a picture of your baby, so it adds a picture every day, which I think is so fun because imagine when we look back on this app, we'll have a picture of Freya every day for a year or so, which I think is super duper cool. And so I don't know if you need to have a Hatch product to have the app, but I would highly recommend using the app because it's super duper convenient. And the changing pad is nice. That is the only thing I use to change Freya. I know some people have different like caddies all over their house. Obviously our house isn't that big, so I will always take her back to her room and change her. So we just put the changing pad on a dresser that we already owned, and that's where we change her. So I really like that changing pad. Okay, the next thing is booties, and this was a game changer because one of my friends told me don't get your kids socks because they always fly off, and she recommended these booties. Now there is a name brand version which is around the same price, but I like to get these from Amazon just because I have free shipping with Amazon. And there's so many cute options, but you want to get the Velcro ones because they can't typically get them off as fast, and I live in a very cold place, so I like having these booties, and I have a few different colors, and they're super duper cute. I'm not going to buy her shoes for quite some time because their feet are so small and they're growing so much, so it seems silly to invest in like little baby shoes, and I cannot imagine with how much she wiggles that she'll keep any of that on. Okay, we're down to the end here. So, nail tool. I saw this in so many YouTubers' videos as well, and it's basically like a little Dremel, and I know people will say this to you, and it's so funny, but babies have such sharp little nails, and they get you with them. Like when you're breastfeeding, they get themselves. Freya will scratch herself, and this is a really nice way to trim their nails without being terrified. You just kind of Dremel them down, and I find that really, really convenient. So I don't have too much to say about it other than it's a really, really nice little tool to use, and it's super inexpensive as well. The last thing, this is a mommy favorite. So I ended up having a C-section, and my friend recommended these maternity pants. I don't know how to say the name of this brand, but I'm going to link it for you guys. And these are compression pants for postpartum. And definitely one of my favorite things. You really want to make sure you're wearing something that kind of pushes everything back in. I feel like I could have still done a better job about it, but I have one pair. I've never spent this kind of money on a pair of leggings, but these ones are worth it. I bought a pair and they sold out, and I've been stalking their website for a restock, and they just restocked them, and I bought another pair. So I feel a little ridiculous because it's hard to explain how good these feel on you after giving birth, but they are really, really nice. So I would highly recommend, definitely worth the splurge in my humble opinion. And I honestly don't know that I could ever wear any other kind of leggings because these ones are so, so good. So yeah, those are my 10 like must-haves for taking care of a newborn, or like stuff you want to kind of stock up or get in advance before you have a baby. I could probably do more of these because there's just so many products that we try, and like I said in the intro, me and my husband, we both love gadgets and we love, you know, doing things that are easy. So I'm sure that if you like don't follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on there, I have a highlight of like baby gadgets and baby gear that we love, and I could definitely see myself doing a part 2. So let me know if you found this video helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I will be back with beauty content soon, but I wanted to make this video for all the mamas out there, all the moms to be, because I know how overwhelming it is when you are trying to figure out what you need, and there's so many resources. So hopefully this helps. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye guys.